I'm Ethri, but the Ethri Aqidah was for the most part hijacked. Let me explain.
Alright, let's see it.
The Athari Aqidah is attributed to Imam Ahmad rahimahullah and the Sahaba and the Tabi'in, the Salaf, and those that came after. This Aqidah was to affirm the mutashabihat ayahs, meaning the ambiguous texts regarding the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to affirm those texts, but leave and consign the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and consign the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Consign the meaning to Allah? No, I'm pretty sure they affirmed the meaning, but they didn't ask how. They consigned the modality, the howness, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's look at what some of the Salaf said. Imam Malik, he said, Al-istiwa'u ma'loom wal-kayfu majhul. Why didn't he say Allah is rising, we're consigning the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why did he say it is known? Was he trying to hijack the creed as you are saying? Or Imam Ahmad, he says in Usul al-Sunnah, which I have ijazah for by the way, after talking about the Sunnah and Iman al-Qadar, he says, وَالتَّصْدِيقُ بِالْأَحَادِيثِ فِيهِ وَالْإِيمَانُ بِهَا لَا يُقَالُ لِمَا وَلَا كَيْفَ وَإِنَّمَا هُوَ التَّصْدِيقُ وَالْإِيمَانُ بِهَا. Where's the part about consigning the meaning to Allah? He says, wala kayf. He says, don't say how, don't delve into the modality, but he says nothing about consigning the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam al-Tirmidhi, he says that the aqidah of Imam Malik and Sufyan ibn Uyayna and Abdullah ibn Mubarak and the rest of the Salaf and Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah is what? كما قال الله تعالى يد وسمع وبصر ولا يقول كيف. He says, do not ask how. Nowhere does he say consign the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, he said, وَهُوَ ذُو عُلُوٍ وَإِرْتِفَاعٍ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. And Abu Uthman al-Sabuni, he said, أَنَّ اللَّهَ سُبْحَانَهُ فَوْقَ خَلْقِهِ وَفَوْقَ سَبْعِ سَمَاوَاتِهِ عَلَى عَرْشِهِ. If this is not affirming a meaning for the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what is it? And Ibn Abdul Barr, he said, أهل السنة مجمعون على الإقرار بالصفات الواردة كلها في القرآن والسنة والإيمان بها وحملها على الحقيقة لا على المجاز.
Ibn Qudam rahimahullah says this beautifully in Lum'at al-I'tiqad, that in the text that we see regarding these ayahs, these mutashabihat ayahs, it is necessary to affirm the text. However, we consign its knowledge to the one who said it, and we leave its meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, after seeing what Ibn Qudam rahimahullah had written in Lum'at al-I'tiqad, proclaimed that Imam Ibn Qudam rahimahullah was indeed from the Mufawwidah, but he still said that this ideology of doing tafwid and leaving the meaning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was of the filthiest and worst methodologies in our aqidah.
Everyone I've quoted so far is either from the Salaf or from the time before Ibn Qudama, and all of them affirmed a meaning for Allah's attributes, just as Ibn Uthaymeen did. So now you have two choices. If you say Ibn Uthaymeen was wrong, then you have to admit that the Salaf were wrong as well. If you say no, the Salaf were right, then you have to admit that Tafwid al-Ma'na is the incorrect methodology.
Essentially, they rejected the early Hanbali aqidah and they made their own, later on, pseudo-Salafi aqidah. And a good example of this is, for example, early Hanbalis, they used to say, whoever says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rose with his essence to the throne, they've done a statement of kufr.
Oh, it's kufr. Well, Al-Muzani, who is the student of Imam al-Shafi'i, he says regarding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he is عَالٍ عَلَى عَرْشِهِ فِي مَجْدِهِ بِذَاتِهِ. And Ibn Abi Zayd, who is from the early Malikis and a relied upon scholar in the Maliki madhab, he says, وَأَنَّهُ فَوْقَ عَرْشِهِ الْمَجِيدِ بِذَاتِهِ وَهُوَ فِي كُلِّ مَكَانٍ بِعِلْمِهِ. And also, if you love Ibn Qudama so much, let me show you what he says about Ash'aris. After he discusses the belief of Ash'aris regarding the Quran, that إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ عِبَارَةٌ وَحِكَايَةٌ and kalam lafzi and nafsi and all these things, he says, indeed, the disbelievers who don't even believe in the Quran are more worthy of being excused than these people. And Abu Ismail al-Harawi, also from the early Hanabila, he narrates that more than 1,000 scholars before him used to make takfir of Ash'aris. So you aren't following the manhaj of the Salaf, nor are you following the manhaj of Ibn Qudama. Rather, you are mixing and matching opinions in a way that neither of them would agree with you. And this reminds me of a verse in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says regarding the munafiqeen, مُذَبْذَبِينَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ لَا إِلَى هَؤُلَاءِ وَلَا إِلَى هَؤُلَاءِ.